this video, we will be discussing streams, floods, and the hydrologic cycle. The hydrologic cycle is the movement and interchange of water between the sea, air, and land.
There are many different patterns that will flow down a mountain. The first is called a dendritic flow that looks like a tree.
There is a radial stream which is commonly seen running off of volcanoes, but there is no volcanoes around here, as you can see.
Another drainage pattern that is used for farming and agriculture is a rectangular stream. It's used to give straight shots to the field.
The last type of drainage pattern is a trellis. This occurs where subparallel streams erode a valley along the strike of less resistant formations. Gradient, or downhill slope of a riverbed, is one factor that controls the stream's velocity. It is usually measured in feet per mile on U.S. maps.
Channel shapes and roughness. A stream may change its path once it hits something that is hard. To erode the shape and roughness is the primary factor that controls the path of the stream that will flow.
This rock right here has been rolling around the river for a long time. This rock right here must have just fallen off of a cliff and hasn't been in the river for very long.
The discharge of a stream is the volume of water that flows past a given point in the unit of time. It is found by multiplying the cross-sectional area of a stream by its velocity. The discharge is reported in cubic feet per second.
A stream is like an artist. They cut their own way through their life. There are three ways that a river will do this. It will either use hydraulic action, solution, or abrasion. It'll probably use all three.
Hydraulic action refers to the ability of flowing water to pick up and move rock and sediment solution.
The process that is usually most effective on a rocky stream bed is abrasion, the grinding away of a stream channel by friction and the sediment load.
Potholes are depressions that are eroded into hard rock of a stream bed by abrasive action.
There are three types of a river load. The first one is the suspended load, the second one is the dissolved load, and the third one is the bed load, which carries all of the heavier sediment like rocks, boulders, trees. Where you go?
There is another one called siltation. It is made of small grains of sand being thrown to the surface of the water, then being pulled back to bounce on the riverbed. It is completely part of the bed load.
A suspended load is sediment that stays at the surface, like you see in a mudslide at all the brown at the surface.
The chemical weathering of rocks is also known as dissolved load.
Stream transportation leads to deposition, which creates bars and, after floods, a flood deposit. Near the end of the stream, sediments can be deposited for longer distances in a delta and alluvial fan.
A bar which is formed from stream deposition is a ridge of sediment usually made up of sand and gravel.
Bars are formed in the middle of or along the banks of the stream. This happens mainly during flooding, when larger pieces of sediment are moved, and the bars are also destroyed during flooding, and the sediment can move downstream to form more bars.
Deposition of a bar in the center of a stream diverts the water towards the sides and washes it against the stream banks, causing the stream to widen.
If a stream has a lot of sediment, it can create a bunch of bars, which makes the stream widen. These bars form a braided stream, which is a stream that flows in many connected rivulets, and is typically wide and shallow.
Meander is a lot of curves in a stream or river.
A point bar is a sandbar inside the curves of a river.
A meander cutoff is a shortened channel across the narrow neck of a meander. The old meander may be abandoned as sediment separates it from the new channel.
A floodplain is a broad strip of land built up of sediment on either side of a stream
Natural
channel.
levees are low ridges of flood-deposited sediment that form on either side of a stream channel, then thin away from it.
This is a great example of a man-made levee. Distributaries are the small shifting channels that carry water away from the main river channel and distribute it all over the surface of the delta.
An alluvial fan is a large cone-shaped pile of sediment that usually forms where a stream loses velocity and deposits as it slows. It merges from a narrow mountain or canyon onto a flat
Pavement is a server problem. When it comes to flooding, there is nothing to stop the water, or the water will seep into the pavement.
Floods are caused by heavy storms that can flood for a long time. Or you can have a flash flood which happens very fast, but it doesn't stay very long.
Floods can be controlled by building dams upstream. The dam traps the water and releases it slowly after the storm. Artificial levees, embankments built along the banks of a river, can also be used for controlling floods.
Streams that cut into valleys is known as downcutting.
When a stream smooths out, it is known as a graded stream, and it is longitudinal to the earth. Downcutting has made many national landmarks, including but not limited to the Grand Canyon and our very own Royal Gorge.
Stream terraces are step-like landforms found above a stream and its floodplain.
Why might a river go from deposition to erosion? One reason might be regional uplift, raising the river that was once here to the base level.
An incised meander is a meander that retains its sinuous pattern as it cuts down as the area is uplifted. The result is a meandering valley which has no floodplains, mainly because it's held in the valley.
Narrow mountain ranges can have steep-sided river valleys slicing across them. This usually means that the river has been superposed on the range from a gently sloping plain that used to exist above it.
As you can see, these are the after effects, for example, from last summer during a flood. What's left is deposition and
Cutting into the river walk from the river flowing really high. This is also another example of a man-made levee. So when the river overfloods, it will run into here and not onto the river walk or into houses.
this is an example of last year's flood from summer. What's left, as you can see, is
The alluvial fan is a large cone-shaped pile of sediment that usually forms where a stream loses velocity and deposits as it slows into merges.
Stream transportation.
Bars are formed in the middle of or along banks. And
Streams that are
Cut!
sideways. So let's go with the rest of it.
They're gonna be on TV. They're gonna be on YouTube.